Hey everyone, it's Job. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be discussing my 2019 journal and planner setup. So to start off, I am going to set up my regular size Midori planner, and I am using two inserts for my planning for 2019. I am using a weekly insert in the horizontal format. That's the blue notebook that you can see on your right, and the orange notebook is the monthly insert. And I thought I would change things up and use my 2019 weekly horizontal instead of the vertical, because I use the vertical for 2018. And I'm showing you a little repair because my first Midori, my black Midori that you can see on the screen right here, is actually a little broken. So I've had this for 4 years and the elastic started to give way. I know some people still have the original elastic and they've had theirs for years, but somehow mine started to develop this weird sticky residue on it. I'm pretty sure it's not because I accidentally spilled something on it. It kind of stretched a little past its limits and then it started, I don't know, I guess the adhesive in the elastic somehow dissolved and it was getting really sticky and it actually stained my Midori. Luckily I got it off. You can see me trying to buff it off there, but you can kind of see it on the black leather cover. But I repaired it because I purchased that repair kit, which is a little bit expensive for what it is, but I basically just put a new elastic and then I moved my 2018 insert back into this planner because this was actually filmed back in 2018, I think in November. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to show you what it looks like now, but I am also setting up my journal insert. So we'll move on to the journaling inserts and my passport size now. So my passport planner setup didn't really change much, except I am not using a weekly insert anymore because this is part of my everyday carry. I keep it in my backpack or my work bag, and I don't know, I don't really find myself reaching for it. I look at the monthly calendar a lot just to refer to it when making plans with friends, but I did not use the weekly insert, so I put that away and I did not purchase that. So my setup is very straightforward for my passport setup. It's just a craft folder and a what is it called, the monthly calendar insert, which is the orange one. And then here I am trying to sort out my regular size insert for my planner, and I'm basically looking through my old 2018 monthly insert and I'm trying to find a way to repurpose it or reuse the pages that are important in there. And I'm probably gonna, well, I am gonna tear it out. It's not at this point of the video yet, but I end up tearing it out and pasting it into my 2019 insert. And honestly, this video is a little bit all over the place because once I started organizing my inserts, I went into a big frenzy and basically started organizing all my inserts in not numerical order, but in date order, because I have a whole bunch of inserts that I've completed, inserts for my daily journal and my planner, and it just gets really confusing, and here I am trying to make sense of it all. So I actually have a 2018 sticker set for my Midori that I purchased last year, and I didn't use it at all, so I need to start using my supplies more this year. That's one of my biggest goals for stationery and planning. But basically I am cataloging this insert and making sense of my journaling insert. So everything's really fast forwarded in this video, so I apologize, but basically I just finished setting up my journal insert and I'm sure I'm going to flip through it later, but here I am actually tearing out the important pages in my 2018 insert and I'm now pasting them or cutting them to size, and I will be pasting them into my 2018 monthly insert because I'm very lazy and I didn't want to write all of this important information down. So it just has information about my YouTube ideas, my Etsy ideas, and all these other things that I have written down that are important. I just wanted to carry them over into my 2018 monthly insert. So basically, my 2018 monthly insert for my regular size Midori is actually the one calendar that I check the most. And my planning needs have changed drastically in the past 4 months because I actually rely on my Apple Calendar in conjunction with my Midori planner. So I use both. I write it down on my planner first. Oh, so, no, actually that's a lie. I actually input all important dates into my Apple Calendar and then I move it into my Midori, because there's a lot of times that I actually need like push notifications to be alerted or to alert me of any events or anything important happening, especially at school. For work, I use it a lot because I'm very forgetful in terms of meetings, and sometimes in the morning I do check my Midori right when I wake up to see what's on there, but sometimes at night there's something that slips through the cracks, and I just want to be extremely prepared and accountable for whatever happens, so I have my phone handy. I know I'm always preaching about analog planning, but sometimes you just need to use a digital calendar as well. But I still use both, and I'm still a big advocate for both. Whatever helps you plan, you got to do what you got to do. Also, here I am, like, very disorganized and just making sense of all my inserts. So I actually am trying to label everything with a Sharpie because I have this giant crate. Well, not giant crate. It's starting to become very full, but I have this smaller IKEA crate where I keep all my inserts, and it's on my bookshelf, and this houses all my completed inserts and all my completed planner inserts. So I guess just for context, I'm actually on volume 15. So I have 15 inserts completed for my art journaling. So those are the journal spreads that you see on this YouTube channel. I have 15 inserts worth of journaling, which is crazy, but that basically is a documentation of 2 years of straight daily journaling, which is amazing and crazy. And I don't think I'll ever get back into being able to do art journaling every day. I think it's just the nature of my job now and my lifestyle. But when I was in Korea, I just had a lot more spare time. Sorry for the long tangent, but as I was saying, I cut all of these important pages from my 2018 monthly insert, and I am just going to tape them onto my 2019 monthly calendar insert. And I'm just using plain old tape because that's what was near me, and I didn't want to use washi tape because it would cover up some of the important information that I had on there. And the clear tape just worked fine, and it basically turned these sheets of paper into tip-ins. And I think this is a pretty good idea. I might just do this next year and just carefully peel off the tape and add those into my 2020 insert. But I do want to type these important bits of information probably in the future. So in my 2020 insert, they'll be good to go. So I just have to print it out. And a subscriber actually told me that's something that they do in their own planner setup. But my planner is basically just a leather zipper pouch, a craft folder, my monthly insert, and my weekly insert, and it's pretty straightforward. I minimized the number of washies I had on there, and a lot of the other ephemera that I had on there. It's basically just the bare necessities because I think I'm gonna use this as my work planner. I'm not quite sure because this is what I was using for work, but I had all of these random postcards and ephemera. They're not random. They were purposely put in there because I really like them, but I don't know, it might seem not professional just having that in my planner. So I decided to take that out, and I will place those awesome postcards on an insert or maybe in another Midori leather cover. So that olive green Midori actually houses my 2019 journals. So those are going to hold all my journal inserts. And then lastly, my passport setup is really straightforward. It is just a passport size Midori with a craft folder, a pencil board, a leather pouch, and well, a leather zipper pouch, and my monthly insert, and that's it. You might think that the story is finished here, but I actually went to this lovely village in Vancouver called Steveston, and I found this amazing find. It was the MD monthly calendar, and I've always wanted an MD paper notebook, but I don't know, I just didn't know how it would fit into my journaling and planning setup, because I usually have 3 journals / planners, and that's already a lot. So last year I felt so overwhelmed because I started using a new bullet journal, and maybe that's another video in the future about my bullet journal, but basically I didn't use it after February, and that's really sad. So this was actually a really big risk, and this wasn't that cheap actually. This was kind of overpriced for what it was, but I love the MD paper inserts. I don't think I've talked about it on my channel that much, but writing on it is just so amazing, and it takes what is it called? Fountain pen ink amazingly. So I believe the insert or the actual calendar was about $24, $21, and here I am struggling because there's this really lovely parchment paper cover on the outside, and I thought that was supposed to protect it. I thought it was going to be an extra layer in between the actual cover, but it's not. I ended up taking it off. I had to look at Instagram and see how everyone else set theirs up. But I also bought the paper cover, so I thought I was just going to use the insert by itself. It's just a cream notebook, and it has this really cool binding system on the side. It kind of looks like a net, or it looks like what people use to repair holes in drywall. I don't know, it's an oddly specific example, but it looks exactly like that. But I thought I would just splurge and get that little craft paper cover, and honestly the craft paper cover is a little bit overpriced. I believe it was $19 Canadian, which is steep for what it is, but I've read reviews while I was in the store, and I read reviews that the paper cover actually helps keep this planner, I guess, intact more, and it keeps the corners and edges from degrading and getting all nasty. So I just splurged and got it. So in total, with tax and everything in Canadian dollars, this was almost, I would say, almost $50. I think it was 44 Canadian dollars before tax, which is kind of ridiculous because a leather Midori is about, I think a passport one is $40, and the larger one, the regular size, is $50. So this is up there, but the paper quality is amazing, and this is basically a monthly insert, and it has these lined it's just a lined notebook at the end, but it's basically separated into 7 days or 8 days, and it doesn't have any dates on it, so you can use that lined sheet of paper in any way that you want. And this is my attempt at kind of revisiting my bullet journal system and maybe incorporating that into this notebook. And maybe, I think I said earlier that I would be using my black Midori as my main work planner, but I think this might be my main work planner and use the other one for my personal planning needs. It seems kind of redundant, so yeah, that's my current setup right now. And I just brought out my planner, not my planner, my old bullet journal, because I wanted to show you that I will in fact use it, even though it has a 2018 setup and it has 2018 spreads and monthly calendar spreads. I'm still going to use it because it has a lot of important information, and I actually still use it for writing down to-do lists regarding anything Job's Journal. So that might be my dedicated Job's Journal planning book. So I put to-do lists regarding taking photos and my filming schedule, but I still have not fully solidified what I'm going to be using it for. So for now, I am using my new MD paper notebook for possibly work or possibly for my personal planning needs, and then my black Midori in the regular size for possibly work or for my planning needs. I need to cement that down in the next 2 days or so. But I'm still weighing out the pros and cons for which I'm going to be using at work and which I'm going to use for my personal planning and whatnot. And then I have my pocket size or my passport size traveler's notebook to stay in my bag as a monthly calendar, and it actually fits in my back pocket or butt pocket of my pants if I want to use it as my wallet, which I don't foresee myself doing because I actually really like my wallet setup right now, but that's an option. And then lastly, I have my green traveler's notebook, which I showed you earlier, or my olive one, and that's going to be for planning. And that's pretty much it. And then my bullet journal is just up in the air right now, so maybe in 2009, well, it is 2019 right now, but maybe halfway through the year I can check in and show you all how this setup is holding up. But let's cut to Job with the final remarks. Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little setup video for my 2019 setup. I wish you all the best in your planning and journaling this year, and I hope that your setup works for you. I will update you guys probably halfway through the year to see how this is going. I'm excited to use this MD paper notebook and see how it goes and how it works for me. Hopefully it's something that I like, and I will let you know on social media, probably Instagram stories, how it's been going for the first few weeks. So be sure to check me out on Instagram. I think that's it for today, everyone. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.